All right, so welcome to another video. Today we're going to take a look at Amgen and this bio company. So we're going to go ahead and get you some insight on it. Keep in mind, it's not a recommendation to buy, sell, or trade, just my own personal opinion and some insight. Now, if you want to grab my opinion, you can do so at our Discord channel, which the link is going to be in the description below. So definitely check that out and join the Discord channel where I also share some tips and insight there. You can also go on their newsletter list, on our website, Traders Fly, and so forth, and go on there as well. It's just a little less active. It's just more for what's going on with some classes and some promotions and that kind of thing. All right, let's go into Amgen. Now, if you haven't heard of Amgen, it's basically a biotech company. If you look at kind of the monthly, actually, why don't we go into the yearly? So look at this stock chart. So stock was launched right around here in the 80s. You can see we kind of going along this path. So it's kind of, slowing down, but, it's a higher price. But from the 80s, really skyrocketed fairly well. If we look at kind of the monthly chart and just what's going on, you can see the stock, of course, had its ups and downs, but overall, the trend is still kind of in that direction. Weekly here, as we check out the weekly, here's kind of in 2016, just looking at the trend. This is kind of our overall trend that we've been moving on. Now, right now, you can see we're at the lower end, and at the upper end, here's our channel. So we've got resistance right here. So you can see, boom, there's the lower end. So if you can see, hey, from the channel range over the last, 5, 6, 7 years, we're actually moving fairly well. And we are near the lows, not quite, but we're near the lows of that channel. And it's kind of still progressing and moving well into that path and direction. The big concern, of course, is, okay, can we pop here and do we break that channel? I mean, the stock's been going up for like the last 25, 35 years or so, since whatever, in the 80s. So it's been going up for quite a while. So it could be slowing down, but for now, it's just sticking to this channel, and you stick to the trade until the trend is done. So right here is kind of the next level of support, or really a good value buy according to the technicals. And then if it holds here, then all should be okay. So you are kind of getting at that lower level. Now, if we go into kind of maybe a 2 or 3 day, let's go here again, and let's just draw this line now here. What I want to show you and pinpoint a couple of things here with Amgen, because these stocks do whip around a little bit more. They are biotech, so that's why I like looking at them a little bit more longer term. So you can see there's our one trend. But let's take a look at what we've got going on recently. We've got 220. That's kind of a critical support level right here. And this stock is coming right into that area right now. So if it can't hold there, I think we could come back and retest that upward trending support that we have before. We also have some resistance here. Again, this is just kind of recent stuff, right around that 260 level. So if we bounce, we've got kind of 260 at the tops and a little bit of the problem. So I'd watch right now, because we're kind of in this sideways range with a little bit of outliers here that came down and right there. So I'd watch these levels very closely if you're kind of looking to trade the stock or looking to buy on dips. Is watch that we are somewhat in a tighter consolidation here for the recent levels. Now, if we go into and zoom into it even more recent, you can see what happened here was we've got kind of 250 is a little bit of the high. And then, we broke out quite a bit recently, and now we're pulling back. So we're still kind of in this sideways mix here recently. Here's that downward move, retest, come back, and we came back up. So when you look at kind of some of these levels, we got the 250, 240 is kind of the problem spots. And right now we're just kind of moving sideways. So overall, medium term, sideways. Shorter term, kind of a little bit sideways. Longer term, we've been going pretty well, but we're starting to stall. So those are kind of a couple of the areas to watch. Longer term, though, here on this last little channel, we're still doing okay, but right now we're stalling into this sideways range. So this is one thing to kind of just watch. Are we just moving sideways in a bigger uptrend? Or are we going to stall out here? So we don't know, but we have to stick to the longer term trend. The longer trend is always more dominant. So when you start looking at it, this trend has been going up. The problem here is recently we're kind of stalling out a bit. So if you kind of look at it recently, we are slowing down, and that's to be expected just after a stock has had such long growth. you'd expect for it to slow down a bit. So this is where the issue lies, is that, okay, we still got this channel here on the upward side, but we're now getting some sideways action, which is a little bit of a problem. But that typically does happen after, like, let's say you've got some good growth, right? So if you've got a good growth, you're going to see some sideways. It's not going to go forever. Then you get some growth, you get some sideways. You get some growth, you get some sideways. So it is to be expected. The question is will we stick in that range for like 5 or 10 years? And the reason I say that is, like, look, if you go to the weekly here, look how long we were in this sideways trend right here, 2008 to about 2012. So that's like, 4 years right there sideways before you got a nice breakout. Then again, you were there for like 2 years before you got the next move up. So anyway, so my point is that, look, for now, we're kind of in the sideways range a bit. Yes, the stock does bounce and it is a little more volatile. It's a biotech. And you have to kind of play it off of the longer term, I believe, from biotechs. Otherwise, you're doing some quicker trading, and that can be a little bit rough. So if you're looking at it from a shorter term, though, then I'd definitely watch this 220 level. That's kind of critical because it retested that recently in November. If it breaks through there, watch that upward support that we have in this angle, or this kind of diagonal type of thing. Okay, so anyways, I hope that helps, gives you some technicals to watch and analysis. I think for now we'll probably chop around for a little bit in this stock until the earnings, which we have on 4/26. So just be careful. That's coming up just right around the corner, and mark that date. If you're not in the stock yet, I kind of wait for the earnings to probably pass, unless you're comfortable with kind of a shorter time frame of trading before that date. I'd probably get out, and then you could get back into the stock afterward. So that's my personal take. If you want to get some more insight, just join the Discord channel, or you could also get some more options training and education on the Traders Fly channel, which you could also check that out as well. Just search on YouTube, Traders Fly, or a link in the description there for the Traders Fly channel. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.